Today we talk about the jagdpanther, German, hunting panther, SD.KFC 173, was a tank destroyer, jagdpanzer, a self-propelled anti-tank gun, built by Germany during World War II. The jagdpanther combined the 8.8 cm Pak 43 anti-tank gun, similar to the main gun of the Tiger II, with the armor and suspension of the Panther chassis. 1. It entered service in 1944 and served on the Eastern and Western fronts. During the last stages of the war, limited German production resulted in small production numbers, shortage of spare parts, and shortened crew training periods of younger operators. The jagdpanther was preceded by 2 attempts at mounting an 8.8 cm gun as a self-propelled anti-tank weapon. Ferdinand, also known as PNZE or JGE or Tiger P, using the 91 leftover Porsche-built VK45.01 P chassis from the Tiger tank competition it lost to Henschel in 1942, and the Nashorn on the GESCHTZW a GENIII IV, which used a combination of the Panzer III and Panzer IV components. Chassis. Ferdinand proved to be too heavy, and Nashorn lightly armored and underpowered. 2. A heavy tank destroyer design based on the 8.8 cm Pak 43 gun and the Panther tank chassis was ordered in late 1942. The full-size model by Daimler-Benz was demonstrated in October 1943 before Hitler. MIAG built prototypes followed in October, November 1943. Production started in January 1944. In February, Hitler specified the simpler jagdpanther name instead of its original 8.8 cm Pak 43/3 off Fahrgestell Panther to accommodate the heavier caliber gun, as on previous jagdpanzer-style unturreted tank destroyers. The glacis plate and sloped hull sides of the jagdpanther were extended up into an integral fixed casemate as part of the main hull to provide a roomy interior. The jagdpanther had side plates armor thickness increased to 50 mm to offset the slightly reduced angle of the side plate to provide enough interior space. Lower frontal hull plate was reduced to 60 mm, 2.4 in, while upper hull frontal plate was kept at 80 mm, 3.1 in. The chassis armor changes were also introduced on the main Panther tank assembly lines with the Panther ALF G in spring 1944. It was armed with the long-barreled 8.8 cm Pak 43/3 L 71 gun, similar to the main gun of the Tiger II, King Tiger. The gun was mounted in a central mantlet, giving it a limited traverse of 12 degrees to each side. A single 7.92 mm MG30 for machine gun was in a ball mount on the right side of the front glacis plate. The machine gunner was also the radio operator. The driver sat on the left. The gunner had a rangefinder and a periscope telescopic sight. The periscope, linked to the gun mount, was under an armored housing on the roof. The jagdpanther had a good power-to-weight ratio and a powerful main gun, enabling crews to destroy any type of allied tank. Based on the established Panther ALF G chassis, the vehicle encountered few mechanical problems. It was crewed by 5, driver, radio operator, machine gunner, commander, gunner, and a loader. 3. There were 2 main variants. The earlier G1 1944 model had a small welded main gun mantlet, one-piece Pak 43/3 gun, a modified Panther engine deck, and had 2 vision openings for the driver. The G2 jagdpanther used a Panther ALF G engine deck, a larger gun mantlet bolted externally, and a 2-piece KWK 43/4 L 71 gun. Some later G1 models had hybrid G2 features such as the larger G2 mantlet as changes to the design were implemented. Zimrit was applied to G1s up to September 1944, then was withdrawn to decrease production time. Early jagdpanthers had 2 vision openings for the driver, whereas late versions had only 1. The main gun originally had a monoblock gun barrel, but, May 1944 on, it was gradually replaced by an economical two-part barrel after crews determined barrel wear was uneven. A total of 413 jagdpanthers were produced from January 1944 by 3 manufacturers. MIAG in Braunschweig produced 268 from January 1944 until the end of the war. Maschinenfabrik Niedersachsen in Hanover, MNH, produced 112 from November 1944. Maschinenbau in Bonn-Bedarf, MBED, in Potsdam produced 33 vehicles from December 1944. 6. Planned production was between 100 and 200 a month, but the disruption to German manufacturing made this goal unachievable. 3. The last production jagdpanthers were produced at the factory by German staff just after the end of World War II under the supervision of the Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers, REM, during the American and British occupation of Germany. 9 Panthers and a dozen jagdpanthers were produced, then shipped to England for evaluation. A complete Panther and a complete jagdpanther, produced this way, are displayed at the Bovington Tank Museum, Dorset, with brass plates on them explaining their history. Jagdpanther-equipped heavy anti-tank battalions, Schwerpia NZE or JGE are Abteilungen, and served mainly on the Eastern Front. 1. Page needed. In the West, they were encountered in very small numbers late in the Battle of Normandy. The German 650 for Schwerpia NZE or JGE or Abteilung, 654th Heavy Anti-Tank Battalion, deployed about 12 Jagdpanthers against the British Armed Forces. 7 Jagdpanthers of the 1 Schwerpia NZE or JGE or Battalion 559 were involved in the Battle of Kiel in September 1944. 7. 306-307 later. Significant clarification needed. Numbers were concentrated in the West for the Ardennes offensive. That's it for this vid. Goodbye.